And welcome back to the tournament. We do have on the pitch now Singapore on the left and representing Malaysia on the right. This is the men's senior match, and the winner for this round will have a chance at fighting for podium in the semi-finals.
Yeah, so this should be one of the most important match of the game of the day. Everything to lose. Is do or die for both teams. Singapore versus Malaysia, we have started. And Singapore has gotten the possession.
This is the second time Singapore is meeting Malaysia. Both teams have met once on day one of the tournament, with Malaysia leading Singapore by 1 goal in the previous round. We are now looking at Singapore to start the first offense with 1 man in the box and 2 runners down the flank.
So I must say that it has been a long day for both teams. Having played the second round robin of matches, each team has actually played 2 to 3 games. So all of them are really surviving on whatever energy they have left.
That's right.
So we really need to see who is the surviving team after the end of this game.
We are seeing them pushing quite a fair bit of balls in with a shot just off the top post.
A very good try from Singapore's number 10, Wee. Just unfortunate that he hit the top left of the corner of the goalpost.
We do see more senior players and more experienced players placing a couple of top shots just to reset the clock or get the ball in. With Singapore now placing a man in the box, and a foul was given by the referee for Malaysia to start the ball.
So it's a holding foul caught by the referees, and possession is given to Malaysia, and they are off on the fast break. They are a really fast team.
We are looking at the 3-on-3 in the zone with a ball in the middle and a back shot.
And it's a goal.
It's a goal for Malaysia.
Number 2, Macha, who has been playing for quite a while since they are under 21 days.
It is not very common to see a back shot at this stage of the game, with most teams opting for a running shot, the driving man coming down the flanks and getting the ball in. Singapore getting 3-4 men into the zone, placing a couple of hand-to-hand passes in close range. And again, the whistle was blown with the ball going to the Malaysian team to start.
So the referees have called for a keeper charge, and now the Singapore team will have to go back.
Will they make a shot at this point in time, or will they reset the ball? Malaysian team has chosen to reset the ball, play it safe and set up for attack. We see a runner coming down the left, taking the ball, getting a foul for Singapore to start again. And we are seeing Singapore team starting the ball and hoping for a fast break. A pass was given. Ball slightly short. And a long shot taken for a goal. That's an equalizer for Singapore versus Malaysia.
This goal by number 6, Ong, who's also the coach for the women's team. You can see his celebration is so much important that they got the equalizer.
And the commotion we see here, it is a demonstration of experience that they have had for playing polo for so many years. We are seeing a slight change in the tactics for Malaysia team, having 2 men in the box, attempting to set up for the drivers to bring the ball in. They are keeping distance and looking for opportunity to bring the ball.
Malaysia is bringing the ball in, getting dangerous.
It is quite dangerous for the Singapore team now with 2 men in the box and 4 minutes into the first half. A shot was blocked by the Singapore team as they pick it up and attempt for a fast break. The ball is picked up. And again, a foul was given to the Singapore team. Malaysia attempting to keep the pressure on.
Looks like there's a lot of commotion. Foul was caught, but both teams are a little bit excited to get the play going. They need to keep their composure and really look out in case they make further infringements that may cost the team dearly.
We are seeing the Singapore team finding their momentum in the game as they slow the pace down to build for their attack. With 2 men now in the box, they look to reset and go for another wave of attack. They do have 30 seconds on the clock right now. A pass was shot, picked up by the Malaysian team for a counter attack. The ball was brought up front and narrowly misses the running man. Good reaction by the keeper there, picking up the loose ball and converting for a counter attack. Singapore now again with the possession, bringing the ball up into the zone. And yet again, the whistle was blown by the referee, and the ball going to possession of the Malaysian team.
Yeah, Malaysia's number one, just giving a signal to his teammates to just slow the play down, keep themselves calm, because they know how risky it is if everyone just gives in to their emotions and playing by a tempo that's too fast.
Both teams are keeping it composed right now. We don't see many reckless shots. A foul was given and a card for the Singapore team.
Looks like it could be a goal penalty shot, or I'm not sure. Signal was not there yet.
It is the first half of the game with 4 minutes to go.
Okay, so it's just a green card, but Singapore has to play with just 4 men on the pitch. It was a dangerous tackle.
With 4 men on the pitch, you are looking at Malaysia putting pressure on the defense with 3 men in and a shot taken with a goal. The referee calls for a no goal. It wasn't a goal.
Yeah, so apparently I think the referee hasn't signaled a time start and Malaysia just took the shot. So both teams were not prepared at all. So in this kind of scenario, you have to wait for the referee to signal the time start before they can take the shot.
For viewers at home who are unsure of what's happening right now, the referee is organizing the team to take a ball where it is being fouled at, and players must give the opponents a chance to take the ball, to start the ball before they tackle them. And now we are seeing Singapore putting the pressure on to avoid a shot. At that range, it can be dangerous. And they're putting up a good defense to keep the Malaysians out. With another drive coming in and 3 men in the box. It is a good block and narrowly misses the goal.
Good block there by the Singapore team.
Fantastic defense right there, keeping the pressure on with 4 men.
Yep, so a green card awarded to the team will result in them playing with 4 players for 2 minutes unless they concede a goal, where then power play comes into play, and then 5 people or the full team can be allowed to play on the pitch. So now Singapore has to do like double the work to really keep this Malaysian offense out of the play.
Fantastic block right there, and picked up by the Malaysian team for attempted shot, narrowly missing the goal. And once again, a dangerous play right there with a paddle to hand foul given. Singapore is looking to tighten up the defense to avoid a shot when the foul is taken.
Very, very dangerous situation for Singapore. With just 3 defenders.
And once again, we are a tie game right now with 1-1 and 2 minutes on the clock before the first half ends. Malaysia choosing to reset the ball out, setting up for a driver, resetting, playing it safe, making full use of the shot clock before a shot. Once again, we see 2 drivers coming out, one in the middle and one on the left. Singapore holding up the defense really, really well And we should be expecting to see the fifth man in just right about now. Singapore is back to full strength as they take on the defense. And blocked a shot.
Corner to Malaysia. Good defense by Singapore. They managed to keep the threat in, and I guess the 2 minutes is up, so there's 5 players on the pitch now for Singapore.
Fantastic defense right there before the fifth player came out. They do have slightly over a minute there before the whistle is blown, and the first half is gone. Malaysia holding on to the possession. You would expect them to play the time down before they take another shot. They are putting one man in the box and doing a bit of passing, putting a bit of pressure on the defense before resetting the ball. A foul is given once again to the Malaysian team, resetting the clock for them with just under 40 seconds on the match game time. 30 seconds is going to be dangerous for the team.
Yep. And this is illegal holding foul. So now Malaysia just beating their time, willing to run down the clock for one last attack.
With 15 seconds left, a shot is taken and the goal is made.
Macha, number 2 from Malaysia.
It is hard for the Singapore team to play 4 versus 5 for the early part of the game. And we are expecting the horn to be blown now. There we go. End of the first half with Malaysia 2, Singapore 1.
So there's a 3-minute break.
And welcome back. We have Singapore men's versus Malaysian men's coming into the second half with the score of Malaysia versus Singapore 2-1. And once again, the winner of this match will have a shot at semi-finals to fight for the podium. It is very important for the first man to get the ball at the whistle to earn their right for the first offense.
And if you are right here at the pitch at Marina Bay in Singapore, the atmosphere is electric.
It is. You can hear the crowd going crazy right now. And here we go. Singapore got the ball. Fantastic fight there. Unfortunately, he picked the ball for more than 5 seconds, and the ball is now awarded to Malaysia to continue the offense.
Yep.
Fantastic sportsmanship there.
Yep, it is. And it was a pity that Singapore managed to get the ball but was holding on to the ball for more than 5 seconds, causing a 5-second infringement.
In the second half, now we are seeing Malaysia putting the pressure on with 2 men in the box. Bringing the ball in with a close hand-to-hand pass.
There's a right side was open for Macha, number 2 of Malaysia, Amaruddin, who's a threat with his left hand.
A very quick pass down to the right flank.
It's coming in again.
It is quite a deadly spot for a left-hand shooter.
It's a good block there by Singapore team, and now they are trying to go for the fast break.
Turning on to the offense, he's looking to make a
anyone.
pass. Is he going to make the pass? A safe side for the Singapore men's team. Looking to get the ball in the good position, and the long shot is taken. Finding the left post there, narrowly missing the net.
Unfortunate by Team Singapore's number 2, Teng, who had an open shot at goal, but just unfortunate that he hit the bar.
A timeout has been blown by the referees, and we're looking to find out what's wrong. A green card has been awarded. It seems to be substitution.
So in the sport of canoe polo, there is this rule that on the pitch there should only be 5 players and the substitution must be complete and clean. So I guess for Team Singapore there was a bit of a lack of composure when they are doing the switch, and the player was caught with their boots still being in the field. Good block there by Team Singapore. It's a corner to Malaysia.
Thanks for sharing that, Liu. And once again, for substitution, the entire boat, paddle, and any belongings must clear the goal line before the next player can come up for a substitute. And now we're looking at Singapore back to 4 players playing against 5. And Malaysia looking to keep up the pressure with 3 men in the box. And the whistle is blown for a foul. It seems to be a keeper charge. Possession going to Singapore. We are well into the game with 2.5 minutes on the clock, and a shot is taken off the back of the paddle. Ball is still in play. And now it's out. Ball to Singapore for a corner now. 4 men for attack on Singapore, and Malaysian to defend. Malaysian looking to take advantage of their numbers to put the pressure on. But Singapore seems to be holding it really, really well and composed. Making a pass into the zone and bouncing off the boat. Unfortunately, the loose ball goes on to Malaysia. And now Singapore looking to fight the ball back. Fantastic fight there by the Singapore team to pick up the ball again at the outline.
Yeah, this is really tough for Team Singapore right now, playing with 1 man down, and it's about 14 seconds, 13 seconds for the 5th player to come in. So I think they are just holding the ball, waiting for their 5th man to join them back on the pitch.
There is sufficient time for players at the level with their experience. They can afford to wait a little bit more just to have an advantage on numbers before they continue to attack. With 30 seconds on the clock, attack is on the way. 1 man in the box and a driver coming down the flanks. They should be taking a shot right about now. And oh, that was a fantastic pass right there, and a shot is made just off the side.
A fantastic play that was. Just a pity it didn't result in a goal, but thankfully for Singapore, they still get a corner.
It is end corner there for Singapore to restart the attack with 1 man in the box. With 5.5 minutes on the clock, and a 1 goal difference. They will have to make calculated decisions here to get the ball in and secure a goal to close the gap. A foul is given yet again, and it seems to be keeper charge.
Yep. Team Singapore really needs to be careful in the offense when they are all rushing into the box. This keeper charge is a infringement that's really designed to protect the keeper.
It is. It is designed to protect the keeper. And what it really does is, if you are from the opposing team and you're coming in, you are not allowed to move the keeper. And if you do, a foul will be given, and that's how the Malaysian got possession for this ball. And in this play, we are looking at the Malaysian team to have 2 men in the box right now, and Singapore closing up the goals, attempting to block the shot, closing up the gap. Malaysian team deciding to push the ball out for a reset, bring the ball back to the middle line. With 20 seconds on the clock, they will have to make a shot soon to avoid getting a foul. A timeout has been given and the whistle is blown.
Yeah, I think the first referee, Mr. Kai, is trying to verify with the officials table on what's happening so far.
There is 4 minutes and a half on the clock for Singapore to breach the gap.
Yes, the game is still pretty much open. Anything can happen within 4.5 minutes, but let's currently 2-1 down against Team Malaysia.
Singapore putting on the pressure with 2 men out. That was a loose pass and well picked up by the Singapore team. Going for a fast break. Unfortunately, it did not connect. And once again, Malaysia has 60 seconds on the shot clock to set up for an attack and hopefully open up the lead.
Wasted opportunity by Team Singapore. They desperately need that equalizer.
We are seeing Singapore trying to fight back really hard to get an equalizer before they break for a win. And a shot was taken, well blocked by the keeper.
Yeah, good block by the keeper, number 7, Captain Tiong. And it's a corner to Malaysia.
And again, this match is highly critical for both teams if they would like to make it to the semi-finals. You can see the pressure is mounting up. And there's definitely suspense in the crowd here watching at Marina Bay Sands. If you are watching this and you are in the area, do come down and support the teams here representing their countries for the Asian Canoe Polo Championships 2023.
Foul for Malaysia to break.
Malaysia is looking to start the foul ball, really, really close. It is a dangerous position to be in right now with 2 men in the box.
Yeah, what Singapore really doesn't want is just Malaysia running the clock down because they are in the lead. And it's very critical that Singapore get back possession and try to score an equalizer. Otherwise, their dreams of getting a medal will be gone.
And a shot by Malaysia makes it into the upper corners. No goal was awarded.
Looks like that wasn't a goal for Team Malaysia. It was a charge. Was it?
It is still currently 2-1, Malaysia versus Singapore. We can now hear the crowd chanting for Singapore. Getting a shot in at the paddle. That is a very dangerous block, and Singapore has been awarded a penalty.
Yep, so in Canoe Polo, whichever deliberate or dangerous infringement within the 6-meter area, you will face the tendency of getting a goal penalty shot awarded against your team. So it's very critical that teams really try to watch their paddles, especially in this case, it was illegal paddle to hand.
This is a critical moment for Singapore with 2 minutes on the clock for the second half of the game to get an equalizer here.
And all eyes are now on number 1 of Singapore, Po. who has been a spiritual leader for the team. He is the oldest member of the squad. Can he make this count?
And a shot is
It was
taken, the
blocked.
ball is picked up, loose ball, and another shot is taken for a goal. It's
And-
2-2 for an equalizer. Well done, Singapore.
Really lucky that the ball rebounded right to his hands and he made the second shot count. Great job. Really
With
nerve-wracking, actually.
very nerve-wracking with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go. Both teams will have pressure mounting up, and we will be expecting them to put up the best after a
Yeah.
long day.
It's all square now in Marina Bay, Singapore and Malaysia. Whoever wins this game gets to go to the semi-finals. Whoever loses will have to go home empty-handed. Macha with the ball in, looking very dangerous.
Dangerous with 2 men in the box. Malaysia has 2 shooters taking a shot. Well blocked by the Singapore team for a possible counter-attack. A pass is coming up. A pass is made. Malaysia looking to secure another goal, hopefully. A pass is made for the Singapore team in the open area. Well defended by the Malaysian team with 2 men. This is a critical moment with 40 seconds on the clock, and the timeout is called by the referee, and we're looking to find out why. A yellow card has been given to number 5 on the Singapore team. A foul at this point in the game with 40 seconds left on the clock can prove to be very deadly for the Singapore team as they look to defend against the shot that's taken by the Malaysian team. A foul ball is taken and the game continues. 35 seconds left.
4 against 5.
We should be looking at one final shot.
Singapore really needs to keep the ball out, otherwise they are out of this competition as well.
A block is coming in. And the goal is made by Malaysian team in the upper corner with 18 seconds left on the clock. The Malaysian team should be looking at a halfway line man mark in order to avoid any possible chance of a goal. A long shot has been taken by the Singapore team with 3 seconds left. And the horn is blown with the final score being 3-2 Malaysia to Singapore.
Yep. Great game out there. Really close fight. Tough luck from Singapore, but Malaysia did deserve the win. They were holding their composure very well, being able to defend the goal and scoring the critical goals where it's needed. Unfortunate for Singapore, but I guess this is Canoe Polo.
That's really unfortunate, but we hope to see the best from all the teams playing here
Yep.
for the rest of the matches.
Please stay tuned for the last game of the day. The ladies